Like the video and subscribe right now, or he will do it. These hidden messages in clothing tags. I have dental pain. Help me. This is just terrifying. Tongue-eating parasite found inside fish's mouth. Mushrooms growing off of a stuffed bear. My little sister has an obsession with cutting the faces off baby dolls / stuffed animals and putting them on other dolls. Help. Your little sister is either a potential plastic surgeon or serial killer, there's no in between. List of McDonald's products. Hamburgers. McDonald's beef patties are seasoned with salt and ground pepper. If you can read this, please send police to 43 Saltmarsh Crescent Point, Cook, Victoria, Australia. I have been kidnapped and this is the only way I can get help. Police number is 000. Please send help. I will remove this of here when I have been found. This list is based on core menu items in the United States, with some additions from global products. In 1783 Bengal, a boy was born with 2 heads and the second head was upside down with the neck pointed straight up. The second head had a fully functional brain and whispered random stuffs to the other brain. When the boy slept, the secondary head would often be observed alert and awake, eyes darting about. When the main head was fed, the second head would produce saliva. Terrified parents tried to get rid of the baby by throwing him into a fire, but he survived to die at the age of 4 from a cobra bite. Tonight, 2200 hours after. No. Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Foreign student hospitalized in China gets note from nurse who doesn't speak English. Which is creepier, this animatronic Elvis I ripped the face off of while disassembling it, or this selfie with me wearing its face? The fact that you thought of doing this at all. When my daughter was born, she felt very familiar. It felt like I saw this baby before. When she was 3, I was driving, and we stopped at a stop sign. From the back, she remarks, "Oh, remember? You didn't stop before. That's where we died last time." In 1973, 2 men went to police claiming to have been abducted by aliens. The police thought they were lying, so they left them alone in the room with a secret recording device. To their surprise, they kept on talking about what happened and how scared they were. These 2 boys had been exposed to the same smallpox source. One had been vaccinated, the other hadn't. This street lamp in Rocklaw. She sneezed during a panoramic selfie photo. Stephen King in the 70s. Stephen King in his 70s. Check out this awesome snake costume my wife made for our daughter. This is so scary. I would not only give her candy, but also my car, my house and maybe my family members as a ritual sacrifice. 10-year-old actor at a Butterfield in the chamber scene of the boy in the striped pajamas. 2008. He said, "I remember being in a room full of men. Some home were completely naked, and it was dark, and they shut the door on us, and it was just awful." Signature evolution in Alzheimer's disease. Walking home 4 miles in abandoned railroad tracks. No other way to get home, unless I want to walk through gang-run drug areas. That's the scary part. This is safer. A wasteland of Sevilla Football Club stadium. One slip and you're gonna enter the void. My tooth has really long roots. My dog brought something back for us today. So, did you like the zoo? Imagine going to explore your ski resort on holiday and running into this ski area boundary. Non-survivable extreme winter terrain down this drainage. Hike back up as only return to ski area. You will die if you do not return to ski area. My hotel window on the 8th floor has a window that opens from the bottom and opens up far enough to fall through the frame. Chinese ghost city. Huge skyscraper areas that no one lives in. A coworker heard I baked and requested a cherry pie for a friend's birthday. I made her this. Known locations of bodies on Mount Everest. This banana blossom. Do an oil change, they said. Ignore the mess, they said. This 9,000-year-old stone mask is the oldest mask in the world and was found in the Judean desert in Israel. My wife found this trail cam pointed at the back door of the restaurant she manages. Lighthouse by the coast of Iceland. Every single frog is looking eerily in the same direction. Perhaps the most terrifying space photograph to date. Astronaut Bruce McCandless II floats completely untethered, away from the safety of the space shuttle, with nothing but his manned maneuvering unit keeping him alive. The first person in history to do so. Credit, NASA. Brock Lesnar's teeth. The Ronald McDonald statue in front of the McDonald's in my town. Lake Mead 1983 vs 2021. 1983. 2021. Looks like the tree absorbed someone. The skull of Mary Magdalene in Saint Maximin Basilica in France. Nurses standing with mentally ill patients wrapped in wet linens, thought to be calming for them. Civilians taking care of zoo animals in their own homes during World War II. Fishers caught something strange. Photograph of German World War II propaganda minister Joseph Goebbels after he found out his photographer is Jewish. Crawled through a storm drain with my friend. This power line happened to be laid straight through the skull of an Anglo-Saxon woman buried in a previously undiscovered 6th century graveyard. Someone anonymously sent this to my neighbor. Something bad is going to happen to your dog if you don't get it barking under control. Rare red sprites found in the sky, usually above thunderstorms. A rare type of parasitic twin that occurs in 2 to 3 cases per 5 million newborns. The Titanic in comparison to a modern cruise ship. There's a building in my city that has no windows. Found in a house in eastern Oregon, high desert area, described as oozing when touched. I've been waking up every day this past week with a new bug bite on the right side of my body. Woke up at 1 AM to see this guy on my blanket. Lady Gaga clubbing in Paris. The Italian Fascist Party's headquarters. 1934. The Self and Dragon, Hydrosaurus, lives in the rainforest of the Philippines. Went to the ear doctor today. This came out of my left ear. My hand after swimming today. Guinness Book of World Records, smallest waist. Kathy Jung has a remarkable 15-inch waist. Big eye Grendalia fish, they usually stay very deep, near the ocean bottom. This foot 2 days after a rattlesnake bite. The little razor sharp nail pieces growing from my amputated fingertip. The toilet at my workplace. Hi there. The world's widest freeway, on Catty Freeway in Houston, Texas, consisting of 26 lanes. The freeway is broken down into 12 main lanes, 8 feeder lanes and 6 managed lanes. The way my neighbor's door look now, I have no idea why. This person's apparent hatred for cyclists. The mouth of an Arctic lamprey. My friend is stacking his Coke cans in the front hall. This is about a week's worth. 150 tarantula spiderlings produced in my bedroom. The anchor horse hole of a sunken ship. This letter one of my co-workers received from a customer a few years ago. Dear, happy February and Valentine. You stick me interesting the last time I was in. I offered you a bite of my fig. You declined. Do you remember? I would like to go for coffee so we could chat. I don't smoke, nor do I use drugs. I drink very little. I paint landscapes, listen to music, walk and hike the hills, and I fish there. If you were on the river and needed help, I'd swim the distance and save you. I'll be in touch. Robert. Climb a shelter at the middle of a cliff. An octopus with 32 tentacles found off the coasts of South Korea. What is my neighbor doing in their garage? The coffin homes of Han Khan. Caterpillar full of parasitic wasp larvae. Legs on this bodybuilder. Disturbing capture of someone in a cage. Found behind drywall during renovation of my brother's house, Illinois. This deer got another deer's head stuck on its antler. Wait, there's bugs on broccoli. In Australia, this snake had 3 eyes. Laying in the emergency room for chest pains and looking up to see this. M57. Last night I wiped down all the sinks and countertops in my bathroom. This morning, this long hair was there. I'm the only one that lives here. This indoor swimming pool. The devil's fingers fungus. Forbidden dollhouse. A 1200-year-old bound mummy found in Peru. Abandoned Chuck E. Cheese animatronic found in a landfill. My sister found my first grade nephew drawing something. When she looked, this is what she found. It's her and her husband in the grave and him holding on to his younger brother, and both of them are crying. Eugene. Found dead 1929. Buried 1964. You would be better off sandpapering a lion's ass in a pair of pork chop panties than be caught on the other side of this fence. Never been more scared of a dog. X-ray images of broken needles that had become embedded in the patient's neck after years of heroin misuse. Featured comment. Lily Bell. Depression. I want to die. Anxiety. But what if no one misses you? ADHD. You're all ducking cringe lol.